Hello, viewers. Tim Poole here on the Huddle, and I'm delighted to be joined by Mush, Chief AI Officer at BetConstruct. Mush, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Tim, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I've been really looking forward to this conversation.
Me too. It's a pleasure to have you on. And as you'll know from the day job, but as everyone can imagine, there's been it's an understatement to say there's been a lot of conversations about AI already. Let's see what we can add to the topic.
I'm Chief AI Officer at BetConstruct, and my day job is to run our global center of AI Center of Excellence, which means several AI products, developing several AI products, CRM AI, personalization, recommendation systems, risk management, which is our umbrella AI tool, and intelligence layer that connects our whole platform. In practical terms, I sit at the intersection of three worlds: product, data science, and regulation. Uh, Actually, I can say that my role is to be sure that AI is not a buzzword on slides, but a set of products that move core metrics, which are measurable and defensible.
Mm-hmm. Several different areas of AI there you mentioned. In terms of, I don't know if this is too specific, but when you work with those different, so you just kind of said regulation, CRM, that kind of thing, are those operations very different depending on which part of the ecosystem, or is it quite is the AI process similar across all of them?
The math and algorithms are very similar, uh, but the data is different. When and 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 important thing we must mention that when we are talking about a global big platform provider like BetConstruct, we must understand that we have a huge data, so it's possible for us uh, to create very different and good AI because we have historical huge data about different aspects, about different business cases. For example, CRM data, for example, risk data, fraud data, personalization, what our players like, what they don't like, and so on. Mathematical and algorithmic part is very similar, uh, but data is different and the work under it is different.
Mm. Sure, sure. That makes a lot of sense. If we're going to look back at 2025, some point in the future, and how much AI moved forward this year, are we going to look back at it as a significant turning point, or just another year? Actually, next year we might see even more. Hopefully, that's an interesting question.
Yeah, it's very interesting question. And I think that 2025 is the year when we will say that we went from innovation theater to business infrastructure.
Hmm.
In 2023 or in 2024, a lot of operators were experimenting with uh, AI pilots, hackathons, chatbots here and there, trying to automate uh, some stuff. Uh, but in 2025, I see AI embedded in deeper layer. They are trying to personalize the experiences of their users. They are trying to uh, intelligently automate some very important uh, human decision making layer. Uh, so uh, when for us, 2025 was also the year that when BetConstruct AI really stepped into the spotlight. Our AI powered suite won um, best platform provider 2025 at Sigma South Asia Awards, and which is proving that we are stepping from add-on to real added value for our partners. So yes, 2025 is a turning point, not because of one big headline moment, but because AI quietly became part of plumbing serious iGaming businesses.
Yeah, that's a very fair assessment. Earlier on, you mentioned, and we talked about the different areas, and you named a few. In terms of where AI is most effective, if you had to, I guess, pick some of these areas where, at the moment, the way we can use AI is most directly helpful to, say, partners and operators that you guys work with. Which areas at the moment are, where the percentage is probably highest?
At this moment, I would say that it's 40% it personalization and CRM tools. 30% is risk management and responsible gambling. Uh, 20% is product and content intelligence, and 10% is operations and support automation. Uh, when we are talking about per- personalization and CRM tools, this is the biggest bucket. AI segment players in real time predicts lifetime value or next best action, and it has a huge impact of our partners' revenue streams. Um, when we are talking about risk management, the models currently look for patterns that human risk team could never see at scales. Suspicious behavior patterns, bonus abuse, or potential money laundering. All this stuff can be done with, for example, our Umbrella AI tool, um, where the algorithms is handling such and empowering our risk managers to be much more uh, much correctly identify those fraud cases. And when we are talking about product and content intelligence, we must mention that day by day our players interact with games and content more and more and more, and we are gathering all this information. We are um, integrating this information into our recommendation engines. We are trying to create smart assistants. For example, currently we have Betting Mate, which is a sports smart assistant. It's always with you. It knows your habits. For example, it analyzes your experiences, your behavior, and it knows everything about your loved sports and statistics, and it's always with you and can suggest some can inform you about some news, statistics, how your loved team is performing in current league or so on. And operations are going to it's important at this moment as well, but currently not um, not fully full, all possible outcome from this process is not used yet.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and I guess it was a really interesting breakdown. So I almost feel mean asking you to give me any more percentages. But let's say in the future, perhaps operations, with the smallest percentage, maybe is going to be the one that probably grows the most in the future.
Uh, I'm sure that operation is going to grow in the future because imagine a situation when your CRM specialist has a tool um, and can just ask create for me a campaign for 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 the specific group, for the VIP ones. I want to this campaign be in Spanish and Portuguese, and you have an AI agent which is doing all this operation stuff for you and coming back to you with suggestions and actions, and you are just clicking one button, and all this stuff is going to be done by AI agent. And yeah, I think those proportions are going to be changed in the future.
Mm. Yeah, with AI, it's going to be interesting to see exactly where we go because it could really go in any direction. On this topic, some conversations I've had recently. What do you think? I want your opinion on how AI is helping retail and land based, because it was pointed out recently that, or recently to me anyway, that AI was always going to help online and digital, but actually at the moment it's almost leveling the playing field a bit for retail and land based too, because now you can kind of use mass data like you couldn't have, as you say, maybe with human agents.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. AI is touching retail and land-based solutions as well at this moment. And but yeah, historically online um, had a huge advantage uh, when 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 you can track all the clicks, all the scrolls, and learn from this data some information and do something. It was advantage of online, but at BetConstruct we can learn from the full picture. What player does on their phone, how loyalty and affiliates feed into that, and how all these links to risk or value. As we are in in retail, in land-based and online, we are trying to collect all this information and put AI on top of that and provide the best solutions for our partners. For a small retail footprint, it's you don't need in-house data science team because it's very expensive. You are most likely you are not going to have enough big data to train your algorithms. But what are doing is providing opportunity for players like that just have pre-trained uh, solutions from global platforms like us and tune this solution for their contact.
Yeah. You mentioned betting, mate, earlier on. I'm keen to hear more about that, but also tell us about your uh, all your. Well, I don't know if all, but your main kind of AI products. It's a competitive field, so how are you guys standing out?
We have started to assess the AI impact on our business, and the recommendation system, personalization, and CRM, as I have mentioned already, has the biggest impact on us and on our partners' revenue streams. So currently we have real-time AI recommendation system for sports, for casino games. We are analyzing our users' behavior patterns. We are trying to understand their uh, habits, tastes, betting or playing preferences, and trying to give the best content for them. And with this tool, we are uplifting about 10 to 15% turnover for us and for our partners. We are having about 10 to 15% turnover growth. The next one is CRM AI tools. We have churn prediction. We have hidden VIP detection solution. We have uh, we have a tool which can predict the sensitivity of your users about this or these campaigns. We are optimizing your bonus budget. We are saying that this group of users are sensitive for this type of bonuses. You must spend your bonus budget in this way. We can prove that with these tools you can optimize about 35 to 40% your bonus budget. We have Umbrella AI where we can find the players who are generating negative NGR who are going to generate negative NGR for you. We are analyzing last 2 months data and saying that in upcoming 2 months these players are going to generate negative NGR for you, and you just need to block their bonuses or make some bugs for them and not don't give them opportunity to make those negative NGR for you. Also for the sports book, we have game style detection. For example, it's bonus hunter, it's arbitrage player, um, or insider information player, and so on. There are 10 game styles. And with this solution, we have proved that algorithmically we can find these game styles 10 days early than human can do it. And it's going to have huge impact on businesses like us or our partners. And our partners are using this solution. They absolutely love it. And I think at this moment, the last one is Betting Mate, which we have already discussed. It's a very smart assistant. It always it's always connected to sport news sources. It's always connected to whole statistics, which our company has. It always tracking your preferences. It knows your loved team, your loved sports, and uh, it's going to help you to make informed and data-driven decisions.
Yeah,
Yes,
some
that's
very
it.
some very practical use cases, but also really interesting. You mentioned about 10 days quicker or earlier than a human, because if you apply that at scale, then you could definitely see where the efficiencies and where the improvements are being made. So yeah, really interesting to hear that particular statistic as well. I've got two or three more questions, and they're all quite future looking, so we can look ahead and we can maybe have some fun with this. But at the same time, as I said earlier, obviously with AI, it could go absolutely anywhere. So we'll see what happens. But in terms of future plans for BetConstruct and AI, what have you guys got in the pipeline, and how quickly might you actually achieve this on a scale?
Yeah, actually, first of all, I think that we are going to implement vertical AI. When we talk for example, for upcoming 2 years, I'm sure that we are going to have vertical AI agents each in every operation, starting from risk management, CRM, and as I have said, each uh, business direction is going to have its agent, which is performing some stuff for them. It if it's risk management, it's going to detect the fraudulent users. It's going to block their bonuses. It's going to decide how much to block, uh, how much space leave for them to play. Uh, and but uh, when 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 we talk for a bit longer period, for example, for 5 years, it can seem to you a bit futuristic, but I'm sure it's going to happen. We are going to have the same math. We are going to have the same game, but very different experiences for two different players. Everything is going to be the same on the back end, but the surface is going to be liquid. And every time you are going to enter to 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 the platform or to some game, it's going to be adopted especially for you for for that moment. It's going to know your mood. It's going to know your preferences. It's going to understand you very well and build all this stuff around you. And each player is going to um, have very different experience, very personalized experience. Tech is not the problem. The problem is readiness for the change.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that's throughout human history. You can apply that that phrase or that concept. I mean, what you're describing, things that we probably can maybe picture in our heads, but not really totally imagine at this stage. It's very exciting, but that's a little scary as well.
I'm not scared. I can compare it with first industrial revolution. in the UK, when a lot of people are have thoughts that we are going to break all these lines because it's going to take our job from us. These machines are going to work for instead of us, and we are going to have nothing after that. We are going to lose our jobs. But time is showing that it frees the hands, and people are starting to think about bigger ideas, um, and start and we have started to make much more added value than before. And it's very similar situation now. AI is going to free us from mechanical stuff and give us space to think for about bigger things and make much more uh, big impact in this world.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. A final question from me. So kind of we've talked a bit about the future. Looking at now and looking at how gaming utilizes AI, and we've talked this whole interview. We've talked about how. If you were to compare it to other industries, where is it perhaps doing well, and where can it maybe learn from other sectors?
iGaming came to AI a bit later than, for example, finance or tech. That's true. Um, but we are fast learners. And it's opportunity for us to learn from others' mistakes, to understand that all the AI solutions which are going to develop today must be uh, responsible, transparent, and player first. And that's that's only the way to build not only quarterly increasing numbers, but trust for the long term. And with having all this in our heads, in our minds, I'm sure that I understand that we are not oldest in the game, but we might be quickest to grow up.
I think that's a great note to end on, and as we say, looking to the future. Mush, thanks very much for your time. A really topical conversation, but really enjoyed speaking to you about AI, and maybe we'll catch up next year and see how far it's come by then.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim, very much.
Thank you for your time.